Today we are taking a look back at the GoPro Hero 6 from 2017. How good is this action camera today? Because now you can pick them up on the used market for about 75 euros, which isn't that expensive for an action camera. But it does have some advanced features like 4K at 60 FPS, built-in video stabilization, and just a nice looking image. So while it looks very similar to the GoPro Hero 5, it actually has twice the frame rate option. So instead of 1080p 120 FPS, you can go all the way up to 240 FPS. And now you can also do 4K at 60 FPS or use image stabilization at 4K 30 FPS. And when we take a look at the actual video quality of the GoPro Hero 6, it has the typical GoPro color. So it has a lot of contrast and a high sharpness effect. But because it is already a bit of an older GoPro, it doesn't have the extreme dynamic range that the newer cameras have. But you can see that it is a nice and sharp image, maybe a bit too overprocessed for my liking, but it does give a nice effect. And as you can see, the image stabilization of the GoPro Hero 6 also works pretty nice. It's definitely not as good as the new Hypersmooth. And you can definitely still see that it has that handheld look with sometimes a little bit of movement in it. But still, it's much better than having no stabilization at all, for example in the Hero 4. But just don't expect to get extremely smooth gimbal-like shots. Right now I am shooting in 2.7K on the GoPro Hero 6 in 25 FPS in the linear field of view. I do have a few settings set. The shutter speed is locked at 1/100th of a second. I'm using the GoPro color profile with medium sharpness. Stabilization is also turned on, so is it stable or is there actually a lot of shake in the footage? And the reason why I'm shooting in 2.7K instead of 4K is because it has the linear field of view option only in 2.7K. And the wide field of view really gives you that GoPro look, which is something that I'm not a big fan of. Sometimes it's nice because it captures more in the frame, but it has that fisheye distortion, which you don't have in the linear profile. And even though you're only at 2.7K, the details are still really nice in my opinion. Also, how is the microphone of the GoPro Hero 6? Right now it's in auto. I know it's a little bit worse compared to the Hero 7, 8 and 9. And even though it has 3 microphones, the microphone quality isn't the best, and I think it also picks up a lot of handling noise. So when I turn the camera around or move it, you will probably hear some noise, which is kind of annoying. Also, compared to the newer GoPros, it doesn't have a front screen, so I can't view myself. So this is a quick stabilization test of using the GoPro Hero 6, and you can already see that it is a little bit worse compared to Hypersmooth, but that doesn't mean it's completely terrible. I think it's actually nice, and if I start running, it still keeps the image pretty stable. So what do you think of the image quality? Let me know in the comments. And the build quality of the Hero 6 is also nice. It is waterproof without a case, but keep in mind the camera is already a bit older, so maybe the waterproof sealing has been getting a bit worse. And you don't need a case for this camera for it to be rugged, because it already feels very well made. But one thing to keep in mind is that there are no mounting options on the camera itself. So if you want to mount it to something, then you do need a case, which is very annoying. So the newer GoPros have a built-in mounting system, but this one does not. But that does mean it is a lot smaller compared to the newer cameras, so it is very easy to carry around. You can just throw it in your pocket, and it is a small and compact camera. It has a screen on the back, which looks nice. It is definitely a bit small, and keep in mind that you don't have a front screen to preview your image, so you will only see the image settings on the front screen, which is a nice addition, so you know that you are recording, but it doesn't have that large front screen for vlogging. This GoPro also has the linear mode, so if you want to get rid of that fisheye effect, you can select the linear lens and then it will do automatic lens corrections in the camera while also having a stabilization option, which means that you don't get that typical fisheye effect, and that can be very nice. However, it is a GoPro, so it's using a small sensor, so in lower lighting conditions it's not that great. Then a lot of noise will appear. It has 3 microphones and you have the option for a full stereo effect or the option for a wind noise reduction. And it picks up a lot of wind very fast, so you definitely need to use the wind noise reduction. And the audio sounds okay. It's definitely not as good as the newer GoPros, and it lacks a bit of that high-end sound. But that doesn't mean it's terrible. You can still use it for vlogging, for example. But the GoPro Hero 7 should have a better microphone compared to the 6. The menu settings are also easy to use, so you can just select the setting and change the options. So I think the menu system is very intuitive on the older GoPros. So should you get a GoPro Hero 6 today? Well, actually, if you can find one for a very good price, then yes, it can still be worth it. It might not have the best audio quality or the newest features like pre-capture or amazing image stabilization, but it luckily does have some basic and good image stabilization, so you won't get an extremely shaky image, the audio sounds okay, and the video quality still looks very nice, especially in daylight. So if you can find one for a very cheap price, then yes, you can still get some nice action shots with it. Just keep in mind its limitations, so for example it also does not have the built-in mounting options. And compared to newer action cameras, it's also not that great in lower lighting situations, but it is a small and compact camera that's easy to carry around and not too expensive. So what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.